Bom dia, everybody. We are here in the Azores today, São Miguel Island. It's one of 9 volcanic islands in the archipelago of the Azores in the North Atlantic. It's about 1,500 kilometers from the mainland. These islands have a very mild year-round climate, plenty of rain. It allows for an abundance of local agricultural products and get lots of delicious locally harvested seafood. Let's take a look at some of my favorite local delicacies and traditional Azorean dishes. Cha Goriana is the local tea plantation, and it is the largest and oldest tea plantation in all of Europe. If you visit the plantation, the tea processing facility and the grounds are free for you to explore. You can get free samples of the green or black tea, as well as snacks or pastries at the on-site cafe. The tea is available for you to purchase, and a small souvenir pack only costs about €3. Make sure you check it out while you're here on São Miguel. Another unique local product is the local pineapple. Compared to the commercially available pineapples that you're familiar with, usually from Central America, Azorean pineapples tend to be a little bit sweeter and juicier because they ripen them fully on the plant. It's a very unique process. It's done entirely inside greenhouses. They have to light a fire inside the greenhouse to warm it up, and that's actually what causes the fruit to start developing. The whole process takes 2 years to get one fruit from one plant. After visiting the greenhouse, you can actually go to the bar and gift shop and enjoy some pineapple-based snacks. We had the pineapple caipirinha, as well as the pastel de Ananás. It was a delicious puff pastry tart that was filled with pineapple-flavored egg custard. You can also buy whole pineapples to take home, and it's even allowed through US Customs if that's where you're traveling. At various restaurants throughout the island, you may find pineapple featured in some of their dishes, one of the most famous being Morcela com Ananás, blood sausage with pineapple. You can even just get a slice of pineapple for dessert because the fruit is ripened so fully that even the core, the dense fibrous core that you normally would throw out with a regular pineapple, you can eat that too. The local morcella, or blood sausage, is a little bit different from what you would expect, say if you compare it to English black pudding. It has no rice or grain as a filler, so it has a very soft, unctuous texture, and it has a very strong garlic and even chili pepper flavor added to it, so it pairs well with that sweet and sour tang from the local pineapple. One of the places that you can get that Morcela com Ananás is the restaurant at the local Farmers Association, the Associação Agrícola. And they have their own restaurant that features not only the pineapples and the morcella, but also the locally raised beef. If you drive around the island, you're going to encounter cows everywhere. They're in every open field that you can see. And of course, they have a very productive dairy industry here, but they also produce some fantastic tasting beef. And if you go to the restaurant of the Associação, you're gonna get a fantastic steak. We went there and ordered a 300-gram sirloin steak that came with a fried egg, and it had this delicious white wine and garlic sauce. All of that for only €25. It's definitely worth checking that place out if you're interested in getting locally grown beef. It is so juicy and tender, just melts in your mouth. Definitely check it out. The village of Furnash is located within the crater of an active volcano. The village is known for these bubbling hot springs and steamy fumaroles, and even some of the restaurants make a special traditional Portuguese dish called cozido, but rather than boiling it in a pot, they actually cook it inside the steam fumaroles. So if you want to try cozido, I definitely recommend going to Tony's restaurant, which is one of the originators of the volcano steamed cozido dish. It basically is like a boiled dinner. And at first when I saw it, it looked pretty dull. Almost everything was kind of gray and washed out. But once you taste it, Oh, es delicioso. Rather than being boiled in water, all of these ingredients were only steamed, and it condenses all of that vapor and all the juices from the ingredients into a really concentrated broth. And that is really where all the flavor is at. It contains 3 different meats, pork, beef, and chicken, as well as 2 sausages, chorizo sausage and morcela, sweet potato, yam, which is not the same as sweet potato here. It's more like taro, and carrots, white cabbage, and collard greens, all in one plate. It's served with a side of rice and some of the cooked down liquid that was at the bottom of the pot. And all of that together is just so good. So if you're interested in getting the volcano cooked cozido dish, go to Tony's restaurant. After having that hearty meal, check out the Terra Nostra Park and take a dip in their hot spring if you're interested in doing that. It's included in your admission fee. They do have towels available to rent as well as lockers. The Portuguese are known for their love of seafood. In fact, I understand that the Portuguese among the world are one of the top consumers of seafood. Per capita, each individual eats about 60 kilograms of seafood per year. So it's no surprise that here in the Azores, you're gonna find fabulous seafood. And one of the dishes that's popular throughout the island, and you'll get this at various restaurants and tascas anywhere, is grilled lapas. Lapas, or limpets, are a mollusk that just grows clinging to the rocks on the rocky shoreline here. The way it's served is simply grilled with salt, butter, and garlic. It has kind of a chewy texture and a flavor somewhat between a clam and a mussel. But you'll get a whole plate full of these, all of that juice and the butter and the garlic mixed together. Soak it up with some bread, chew on your chewy lapas. It's just this, oh, the flavor of that is so good. Another local dish that you'll find in most restaurants, most traditional family restaurants, is chicharros. Chicharros are, I guess they're horse mackerel, similar to the Japanese aji. But the way they're prepared here is lightly breaded and fried. They're just cleaned and gutted, but they have the head, tail, and fins all still attached. And because the cooking process makes those bones really, really soft, you can actually eat them head to tail. My favorite way was with just a little bit of olive oil and a squeeze of lemon. Typically they're served with a side of boiled or fried potatoes to go with it. This is one of my favorite affordable fish dishes. It's generally priced around 15 euros per plate, and I had them at the restaurant O Silva. It's an excellent seafood restaurant. If you're in Ribeira Grande and you're looking for fresh seafood, check out O Silva. Another affordable local seafood dish is lulinhas. It's a special small little squid. They're usually about 2 to 3 centimeters long, and they're cooked whole. Because they have a very mild and very tender texture, they really go well with the sauce that it's cooked in. I got those at A La Boat in Ribeira Grande, and they only cost 16 euros, and that's a main course portion. If you're looking for affordable seafood, look for lulinhas on the menu wherever you go. Another local seafood dish that is native to the Azores is polvo asado. Polvo asado is a traditional Azorean octopus stew, and it's the house specialty of a restaurant in Mosteros on the western coast of San Miguel Island called O Americo Barbosa. It is their house specialty, and it's available every day of the week, all day long. It's usually served with its broth and some roasted potatoes that it's cooked with. It's perfect for just taking a piece of bread and soaking up all of those juices to eat with that tender, tender octopus. After you have that hearty meal, you're gonna wanna walk that off. Definitely walk down to the shore and check out the view in Mosteros. It's a very famous view of the 4 islets just offshore. It's just a stunning, austere view of that rocky coastline. Generally speaking, if you go to a restaurant and order fish, you're going to get a whole grilled fish. At Monteverde restaurant here in Ribeira Grande, you can get a whole Alfonsino. That's my favorite local fish. It's basically like, I think it looks like a snapper, ruby red color, and it has these giant glassy eyes. The texture of that meat is kind of a medium firm, very tender meat, and a slight flake, but it's very mild. And again, just like with the chicharros, I would love putting a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of lemon. So delicious. If you want fresh fish, just get it simply grilled, and that's the way to go. And if you want what I think is the best fish around here, get the Alfonsino. And by the way, that Alfonsino only cost 25 euros, and that was enough to share with 2 people for a main course. Bifana is a beloved pork sandwich known throughout all of Portugal, not just locally in the Azores, and typically it's marinated pork slices served inside a big, pillowy, fluffy roll. I was able to get that at a local snack bar. It's just like a little shack in a parking lot in Ribeira Grande called Bifanas a Ferreirinha. They offer 1 bifana sandwich for just $4.50. That's 4.5 euros. You could upgrade that by adding a little bit of egg and bacon, and that will only cost you $6.30. I got it completely loaded, and it included things like shredded cabbage, lettuce, fried potato sticks, green olives, and then the usual sauces, mustard, mayo, ketchup, and of course the added fried egg, bacon, and cheese. It was so big, I had to eat it for 2 meals. It's just this explosion of flavors and textures in your mouth. You get that crispy and salty potato sticks, a little bit of that marinated savory pork. The richness from that runny fried egg just kind of blends everything together. If you want to try something really inexpensive, but definitely a local favorite, go grab a bifana. Those bifana sandwiches are available at snack bars anywhere, so you'll find one wherever you go in São Miguel. Queijada is a traditional Portuguese cheese tart or a cheesecake. One of the most famous local versions of queijada is the Queijada da Vila, named for the town Vila Franca do Campo, which is on the southeast coast of São Miguel Island. The filling is made with local raw milk cheese and egg yolks, and it gives it a rich texture and a very pronounced sweet dairy taste. Queijada de feijão. It's not made with cheese. Instead, it's made with beans. That's right, you're getting a bean tart. And it's basically the beans with eggs and sugar. It's more like a caramel, kind of gooey center on the tart. It has a super crispy, almost cookie-like shell on the outside. And those will go perfect with a little cup of Guarana tea. So grab yourself a cup of tea, sit back and enjoy some queijada. I got the queijada at Roveredo Bakery in Ribeira Grande. It's their specialty, but they also make lots of different types of biscuits and cookies, which would explain why the quality of that tart was so crisp. It just paired so well with that soft and unctuous bean tart filling. So head over to Roveredo if you're in Ribeira Grande and get some of those queijada de feijão. If you like this video, make sure you hit like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you guys later.